Hey guys, it is KennyTheKiwi here, and today I'm going to talk about transitioning, or just my transition as of so far. I'll put up some timestamps and stuff, and I'll also put it in the description in case you want to skip to just those parts. But I hope you will stick around for the whole video. Growing up has been a roller coaster. I won't get into everything that's happened to me while growing up, but I will tell you about the parts that has with me as a person. I've kind of always felt like a guy when I was growing up. I always told my dad that I felt or like I wanted to be a guy, like that I want to be a boy. And like saying that as a child is just, oh, you know, we kids, we want different things, we want to be horse, whatever. But I said it very often, but I think I said it more when I was around 8, and that's like the age where I just didn't know, I've never grown up in a family where I've had any knowledge about the fact that being transsexual or transgender is a thing. I'm still kind of not sure what transsexual and transgender is, like what the difference is, but if you want to tell me, go ahead. I'm kind of too lazy to check what's the difference. Anyways, at school, I usually hung around with the guys. I felt it was more fun, doing guy stuff. When I was a kid, we kind of beat each other up, but like not harm each other. It's weird. I was always bigger than everyone else, taller and wider. I've always been quite large. The guys at my school found it funny when I could easy peasy just throw them down on the ground. They found it hilarious and I had fun doing it. And I of course hung out with the girls too, but I didn't have exactly the same interest as the girls at my school did. I know that not everyone is the same, but this is how it's been for me. Around 2013, 2014, I moved to my mom and I started a new school and I got new friends. A lot of things happened and I got to experience more with myself, like sexuality and getting to know more about the LGBT, and it was an interesting time. I can't say that I had a lot going on in my childhood where I was specifically doing male stuff or anything like that because I was raised as a girl, but I didn't feel forced being a girl. And I didn't feel forced being trans either, since I didn't know what it was. But I didn't really get to pick what I got to wear, and most of my wardrobe was tights and like tunics and stuff like that. So not a lot of jeans and t-shirts and whatever guys wear. I don't know. I've always felt strange in my body. I always felt like something was wrong. I've never quite liked my body, even though I might act like I do sometimes. I did more back then because I was raised to be a girl and I did my best to be as feminine as possible because that's what girls are supposed to do, aren't they? So that's what I did. I had long hair. I tried doing makeup, but it was uncomfortable wearing, so I kind of just smudged it out when I got to school to to hide it because I felt embarrassed. When I was around 10, maybe older, maybe younger, I don't remember. I got to choose whatever haircut I wanted, and I had my hair down to my butt at that point, and I just told them to cut it all off. So I had very, very short hair, and I was extremely embarrassed. Back then, I was embarrassed about everything, kind of. I was I didn't do things that would stand out to make people look at me because it made me uncomfortable. And most kids are are like that, I feel. But there are those that likes to be the center of attention, and that was not me. I think that's it about my childhood. I mean, you can ask questions about it. I probably left things out that I can't think of right now, but it's whatever. In the late 2015 and the early 2016, I got to learn what being transgender was. I got to learn from one of my close friends about everything you needed to know about being trans, and that it's okay to feel like you're not what you were born as. And I don't know, but it just clicked for me. You know, it, I've gone so long just not knowing what I was or um, what was wrong with me. But when I got to learn about this, I just knew. I knew I was a guy, and it felt scary. Um, I didn't know what my mom and dad would think, but I came out to my mom first. She wasn't mad. She didn't take it badly at all. She first thought about that I was a tomboy or whatever it's called. Like, just a girl that feels more guyish but is still a girl. But when I more clarified it, she was like, "Oh." She wasn't mean about it, and she didn't make fun of me. She was very supportive, and after explaining it briefly, she was totally fine with it. After that, I came out on Facebook, and this was in January, 14th of January 2016. I came out as a guy on Facebook. My dad called and told me to take it down because I had asked if people supported it, and he kind of took it as um, I don't need people's support to do what I want. But after explaining, that's not what I meant. He was okay with it, and when I told my dad about it, he was 100% okay with it, and he was supportive as heck. He said he wasn't surprised because I've always said that I want to be a guy as a kid, and um, now that I'm coming out as a guy, he was okay with it, and he kind of expected it. Um, Not even I expected it, but my parents have a tendency to know things before I do. And that's okay. Not long after I came out to my parents, I asked my teacher to um, to tell my classmates that I want to be spoken to as a guy, and that I want people to call me Enrique. And most of them were very supportive, and it was nice. And it felt so good hearing people say he, him, instead of she, her. It just felt so much better. But of course, there were one or two guys that were like, are you serious? Or like, so what? You want to be a guy now? And I'm like, yeah, but it's whatever. Um, I wasn't really friends with them. I guess I kind of was, but not as close to them as I was with some other in my class. But a lot of people were very supportive, but the school I went to was kind of trash. So not all teachers were understanding of it. I understand that when I came out, being trans and stuff was still a new thing because the friend that told me about being trans was the first trans person at our school. So I was the second trans person to be at that school. My friend was talking to one of the teachers, and the teacher told them that I was just in a phase. I will go grow out of it or something. And wow, that's just that's not a thing that you should tell someone, you know? It doesn't work like that. It would be different if I was a transgender or something. Um, but unfortunately, I'm not. Not long after coming out, I started talking to a place that could refer me to a hospital that was qualified and made for trans people. And I'm in Sweden, so I got to talk to someone in Uppsala, and they were very good. They were very nice and caring. They were a big part of my life for almost 3 years. And I just finished, going there. But that's for later. When I got there, the first few times, I got assigned a therapist that I would talk to about how I was feeling and what was going on and all of that. I got to talk to them for about a year, and the one I was talking to, she was really nice, and I enjoy speaking to her. I learned a lot of more while I was in therapy with them. When you come out as trans and you want to transition, you have to go, well, here in Sweden, you have to go in therapy for about 2 years, and you have to be out as the gender you want to be for a whole year. So that is what I did, and I went to therapy, and I went to different doctors speaking to them about all the things that I wanted and what I wished for myself in the future. I know a lot of people won't agree with what I think and feel, but that's okay. Not everyone is the same, and everyone has their own thoughts and opinions. I don't remember a lot of my therapy right now, but if you want to know anything specific, just comment or send me a DM on Instagram. All that will be in the description if you're interested in that. When it comes to my body and dysphoria, it's a whole roller coaster. It's different from day to day. My body in general, I don't like it. Honestly, it's very large because I'm overweight, and even if I bind my chest, it's still too large to hide, so I still look quite feminine. So therefore, I wear large hoodies very large hoodies, and that makes me more comfortable. Yes, I do have dysphoria. I can say that I don't have as much dysphoria for my chest as I do for my lower region. I still get dysphoria over my chest, but not often. When people ask me about it, and it's like, oh, you don't have dysphoria? Are you even trans? Yes, I am trans. And yes, I do have dysphoria, but I don't have it every day. I don't constantly think about what my body looks like, and I don't constantly mope around over what I hate about myself because it just makes me feel worse. But there are days when I can't block out those thoughts, and I just have a lot of dysphoria over my body, all in all, especially my chest and my lower region. But I feel better when I use my binder, even though it doesn't remove my chest completely, it hides it more than if I don't use a binder. And when it comes to the different surgeries, there is, uh, I want to wait with any surgery at all. For now, I don't hate my chest enough that I want to remove it. Yes, I'd like to make it smaller so I can hide it easier when I don't want it. But right now, I'm just going to leave it and see what I think in the future. And when it comes to bottom surgery, I am going to wait with that too. Um, when it comes to surgery for females to males, it's quite difficult. You don't get the result you might want, and for me, I want a cis penis, you know. Um, but it's not that easy. So I'm going to wait and see how it looks like in the future. From what I've learned about the different surgeries, uh, as of now, what I want to do in the future, if they don't do anything new and different, uh, I'm just going to remove the skin under the growth and just use that as a penis because that is a thing you can do. And that sounds better than having a sausage, just a normal sausage hanging between your legs. When I talked about hormones with my therapist, that was an obvious thing I wanted to do, and I have wanted to do it for a long, long time. And there has been quite a lot of barriers in the way that has made me have to wait for it. But I have been on testosterone for about 3 months, almost, maybe. I haven't checked yet, but around 3 months I've been on testosterone, and I feel so great. I love it, and I don't regret it at all, even though I might have had feelings that I was scared of going on testosterone because what if I regret it, or what if I don't like what happens with my body? What if I'm not actually trans and it's just something my brain tells me, but it's not true? The like is I have had so many thoughts that scared me to go on testosterone and continue my transitioning. But now, when I'm on testosterone, I I'm so happy and I don't regret it at all. And I'm excited for the new changes that's happening. As of now, I have I have a quite large growth already. It starts growing the 2 first weeks, if you didn't know. um, my voice has changed, and I have so much fun when I voice crack, and I love it so much. Even though most people don't like the voice cracks, I love them. I laugh so much, and it's so funny. I actually love it. And I'm getting kind of more comfortable with my body somehow. Uh, I don't know. Wearing large clothing makes me look more manly when I wear my binder and with my voice, and I'm slowly growing a mustache, and I'm excited for that. But I'm slowly looking more and more manly, and it's making me very happy. And it's this is a big achievement for me, and I'm happy I'm here, you know? Oh, I'm getting sad. Okay, but it's just a big achievement for me, and I'm so happy that I have supportive parents, and um the few friends I have are so supportive, and I wouldn't be here if it weren't for them, honestly. And if you have any questions about anything about on this, I have a Instagram account just for my transitioning, and you can DM me there, or if I put on up a question thing in my story, you can ask questions. Um, so you're welcome to message me, ask questions, ask anything you want, or just chat with me if you need help getting to know like what's going on with you or anything. I would like to help if I can. Don't be afraid to ask for help. When it comes to my mental state, it is not great. I can't say it's because of the hormones, but they don't help. I've always had problems with my mental state, and I've been depressed for a long, long time. And if you've been depressed in the past, or you have it in your family, and you start hormones, you can easily get depressed or feel less happy, you know. It's normal, and that's just a thing you will have to fight through. And I have felt much worse in the past, so this is just this is a thing I can easily fight through, even though uh, it can be hard sometimes. But I still have such a huge support from my family, and they help me so much throughout this, and I can't thank them enough. All in all, how I feel, I'm happy, you know, getting to start hormones. I'm so happy about it, and I'm happy with how it's going so far, and where I might go in the future. I don't have a lot to say about this because I think I already addressed most of this in the hormone part. uh, I'm very bad at keeping to one subject. I always jump to all of it. Sorry about that. Starting on hormones was a hard thing. I have a extremely fear of needles, so I had kind of a anxiety attack when I was laying there ready to get my shot. um, but my dad was there, and it went fine. And people say that it hurts. Here in Sweden, we take the shots in your booty, in the cheek. You push the needle into your muscles, and when when the doctor told me that, I was scared. I asked if it would hurt, and they said it would. So I was scared for my life. But when I got the shot, I didn't feel anything. Uh, my nurse told me, you're going to feel it enter the skin now, and I'm like, okay. I feel like a little poke, and I'm like, is that the first part? Is it just through the skin now, or what? And then she were like, oh, I'm pushing in like the thing now, and I'm like, what? Like I couldn't feel it. I'm not going to say that it's like this for everyone. I can't say that. This is just me, you know. This is what it felt for me. But I am happy it did not hurt for me. I'm not going to say that it won't hurt for you if you start on hormones, but if you're as lucky as me, it won't hurt. But I would suggest to keep in mind that it could hurt as a bitch. But if you're lucky, it might not hurt. But just keep in mind that it might be worse than it actually is. It's always better to be prepared for the worst than for the best. That's just my opinion. It's not like that for everyone. Thank you, anyone that went through all of this and is still watching. Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed listening to me ramble about me. uh, I hope it wasn't too much all over the place. I tried to keep it in sections, but I'm kind of bad at that. I hope you will watch some of my other videos, and I hope you will like the video and comment what you think and what you want to see next. If you want to see more videos like this, because this is new. Totally new for me. I drew all of these characters, like these are drawings of me if you didn't know. I might be a bit thinner in the drawing, but you know, I wish I was that thin, but you know, uh, you gotta work it. Thank you for sticking around, and uh, I hope this helped someone. I don't know if it will, but uh, I hope if you need help, um, or you're scared to ask for help, I hope you go through it and you can ask for help, and I hope you can get the help you need. And if you are trans like me and haven't started on testosterone, I wish you the best of lucks, and I hope you get to where you want to be in the end.